Hello everyone on the replay. Just cleaning up a little bit. I pre-did my title because I realized it's very long and would need to be pre-done, otherwise it would take 9 years to finish. Let's see. I want to make sure you can see everything. It's a little high, so I'm going to readjust. Give me just a second. It's going to start shaking. I apologize. I'm just going to open my iPad so I can read the chat. I will start in just a minute, and Ms. Xanthe is being a jerk. So my thought is to do a mixed media background and then do a one-page layout. Hi, Beth. Hi, Sherry. So I've got a couple of things picked out, and I'll get started in just a minute, but I want to give a chance for some people to get here. And I need to get my non-porous material. Hang on 1 second. I will be right back. Xanthe is most likely trying to jump up, so if you see her, say hi. Oops. Oh, she didn't try to jump up. Interesting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel, if you're new here. I am a scrapbooker, and tonight I am doing a live for my little scrapbook store. I am really looking forward to this, so let's go ahead and start by playing with some mixed media. All right, so what I have are a white piece of marshmallow cardstock, and this has some gesso on it. It is the Dina Wakley white gesso. You don't have to use a lot, and then all I did was I kind of did a line here and then a line here, and then I just scraped it down with an old gift card. So this is a gift card that's been used, so I find that works really well if you happen not to have the scrapers that you buy at the art stores or at Joann's or anything. A gift card will work just fine. So I'm going to do what's known as the packaging technique or the kissing technique, or the basically you take any non-porous material, so any plastic packaging. Last time I used a large bag that a purchase had come in, so it was 12 by 12. Hi Donna, I'm doing well, thank you. So I have 3 colors of distress oxide. I have broken china, I have chipped sapphire, and I have tumbled glass. Now you may notice they have a color in common, and you may notice that next month we have some challenges going on about some colors. So you may see this background that I'm making tonight in a future live video, so stay tuned for that. All right, so I'm going to start with the lightest, which is tumbled glass, and I'm just going to moosh that on to the non-porous material. And then I usually use a mister, but actually my mister is packed because I'm moving in August, so I'm just going to add some water with that. And I'm going to add quite a bit of water. And then, I need a paintbrush. That's what I need. So just kind of mix up the color with the water. Probably added a little bit too much water, but that's okay. It happens. And so all I'm going to be doing with this is creating the background. I won't be doing, this will not be my layout today. We're just going to create a quick background. Now, because I have gesso on this, it's not going to go into the background immediately. That's what gesso does. It provides a barrier so that your color does not sink into the background. If I did not have the gesso on here, the minute I turned it over, it would have sank into the paper and it wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been able to move it around like I did. All right, next we're gonna go with the broken china. Rosa, you missed her. She was on right at the beginning. She might come on again. She's sitting right here. If I could move my camera, I would show you. Oops, sorry, I realize I'm putting this off, but because this is wet up here, I don't want to get it on the back side. I'm gonna try to add a little bit less water. There we go. A mister definitely works better than trying to drop water on with a straw. But needs must. And go ahead and grab this again. This time the ratio of water to ink is much better. But since tumbled glass is so light, it's fine. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start by dripping and then I'm gonna do the packaging technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna let this dry and then I will come back and we'll do another layer through a stencil. But this will have to dry first because, like I said, the gesso will just not be able to if I tried to stencil over the wet, it would not work out that great. Why do I choose the lightest color? Because if I start off with this dark navy color, nothing else is going to be seen. You don't have to start with the lightest color. It's just what I prefer to do. You can always play around. But you see, I'm not going to put as much of the chipped sapphire on as I did the other two because it is very, very strong. And it's very easy to have the dark colors take over. I'm not going to add as much water, also because I'm not using as much ink. Now you could always add some of the lighter colors in to lighten it up. In fact, that's what I'm going to do, just because it is very dark. And that'll also pull more blue into it because there is purple in chipped sapphire. So it'll just lighten it up slightly. Okay. And we're gonna flip. Just, like I said, some people call it the packaging technique. Some people call it the kissing technique because you're kissing the non-porous material to your layout. So we're gonna go ahead and let this dry. And we will move on to our layout. Sorry, just reading the chat. And drinking a Sonic Ice because I am addicted to them in the summertime. It was, for the first day it wasn't humid here, but it was still quite warm. Now see, with my gesso on here, and you're getting a little bit of texture that, because I scraped it pretty, like really, really thin, but I'm okay with that. I like a bit of texture. But if I did not have the gesso on, it would sink right into the paper and you wouldn't be able to move anything at all. Now, does it get a little bit buckly? It absolutely does. That's just something, if you want to do mixed media, it is going to buckle a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. If it's buckling a huge amount, you've probably used too much water without anything to keep it from doing. Oh my gosh, I forgot all of my English words. I apologize. If there's a lot of buckling, you've probably used a lot of water without any primer or gesso or anything like that to help you keep it from doing that. So if you want to do mixed media without gesso, you just have to use mediums that aren't very wet. So you'd want to use the distressed oxides, but with a blending brush, either straight onto the paper or through a stencil. Or you'd want to use, you can do texture paste without putting gesso on. But if you want to use any type of watercolor or anything where you add water to it, you definitely want to add something, whether it be gesso. You might be able to get away with white acrylic paint if it's a really not a lot of water. But for the most part, you're going to want to have some sort of barrier if you're going to add water. And try to use a thicker cardstock rather than just American Crafts cardstock or the cardstock you can get at Joann's or Michael's or anything like that. So I pre-did my title because I realized it was going to be a longer title. Oh, except I forgot an R, which is fine. It's just don't want to put it on the layout like that. So I am doing a 3-photo layout. I have this photo of my dog Sadie, our dog Archie, and this is the orientation of this particular photo, and Miss Xanthi here. And sorry, I'm just double checking the chat every so often so I don't accidentally miss a question. And I am using the new Photoplay We Can Just Stay Home, which came out, and I do believe Michelle has this in the store, please. Hi, Michelle. So I have the collection kits. I have one extra piece of paper in here because I liked both sides, so I wanted to be able to use both sides. And then I also have the cardstock ephemera, which, oh my, look at the little baby sloth. I'm dying. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to do a layout about, oops, sorry, I'm making so much noise. I probably should have taken this out earlier. I wanted to do a layout about when I first started working from home and dealing with all of the animals. Because I work in the living room because I don't have an office at home. And so my animals all reacted differently to me having set up in the living room and being here all day long. My housemate also is here all day long. She was actually laid off during, from March until June 1st? I think June 1st. So she was home as well. My nephew, who was a freshman in college, he's, finished his college, his freshman year. So he was home as well. So our animals had to get eased from the majority of us being out of the house for most of the day to now being home all the time. So now this is a new collection. So what I normally do when I have a new collection is I go through the whole thing and I just pull a couple of things that I think will work. So I'm gonna pull this plaid. Ooh, I like that a lot. I'm gonna pull this because I think one of the cut aparts might be good there. So that this multicolored stripe, even though yes, there are 2 of them in here, I did go ahead and pull another because I really like this as a background piece. Okay, and then we have the stickers, and then our bonus piece, which I really like. Did I? Oh, so this is the other line. This is Living the Quarantine, and I just bought it for the cut aparts. So I will pull this one as well. Okay, so I think we're gonna start with this. I may pull in another piece, but for right now, I think that will do me. Yes, the sloth hugging the pillow. Yes, that is very cute as well. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at these. Like I said, this is brand new to me. So, oh, there's like a home office die cut. So we'll have to see. That might come in handy. So I think I want this yellow to be my background. I was really drawn to it. There isn't a lot of yellow, but there's a lot of aqua. So I think that will work. Yes, I like that quite a bit. And I actually am thinking, I know it has like pajama party things, but I actually really like the colors in this. Is there another one that has that, but it's not pajama party? The rainbows are nice too. I don't know. I think it makes more sense to do the rainbows than the pajama party, because my dogs don't wear pajamas. But I like the rainbows too. So we'll pull this one out. I'll keep the plaid though, because I kind of like the plaid. Hi, Crystal. Oh, it's so good to see you, Crystal. I'm so glad you could join me here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is mount my photos on the plaid, like with a thin background. And then I'll pull in something to finish off the square. So kind of doing like a grid pattern, which I like because my oopsie. My title is on the longer side and it's all sort of mixed up fonts. So I'm happy to have a lot, have that mix of very clean lines along with a more chaotic title work. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim this out. This paper is called PJs All Day, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. Okay, I think I'll leave this here and I will find a way to finish that off. Oh, I just realized the yellow rainbows are the same color as my background piece. Let's go ahead and cut the background piece. So I don't think those are going to work. But I definitely want to use this yellow striped. But I want to bring something in that has multiple colors. So let's take a look at the collection again. Yes, Rochelle, the colors in this collection are great and they're super saturated, which I really like. Did I forget to keep that out? I think I forgot to keep that out. So I think we're gonna go for the stripe, and this is why I ended up buying 3. Because a multicolor stripe is like Winnie the Pooh and honey for me. Just gonna put that over there and hopefully, oh my god, I should put all of my papers, including my photos, away. Because I am genius. As my coworker likes to say, genius with a J. Oh, do I want to do a stripe on a stripe? I forgot about that. Oh, but I want a multicolor. I'm having an issue, people. Oh, thank you, Crystal. I actually meant to redo them before I came on because they're getting a little crazy. Yeah, we're just going to go with my first choice, which was, even though it's pajama parties, I'll be totally honest, there may be days when I change from night pajamas into day pajamas. It may be all the days that end in Y. Because I don't go anywhere, ever. That's not true. I went to CVS and Sonic, but I didn't get out of my car. So I don't know if that really constitutes going anywhere. I did the CVS drive-thru, and then I did the Sonic drive-thru. Oh, because that's my life now. All right, I'm just going to trim off a little bit because I just don't want it to span the entire width of the paper, but I want to make sure it goes far enough out that you can see it. So I think I'm going to have it go all the way over here and then end here. And what I'm just going to do is cut a banner. And it's actually pretty easy to do this. Now if you want to, you can like measure it. So sorry, you probably can't see where that is. So just line it up. You can use a ruler or whatnot, and then you find the center point and you just make a little mark, and then you cut up the center. I'm actually going to use my bigger scissors because, and then you just cut up the center to where you want your banner, how deep you want your angle, and then you just catch it from the corner, and then you cut to where you made a thing. And I went a little bit high, which is fine. We'll just cut this a little bit more. And then you do the same from the other. Catch the corner right to the center, and then it's gonna stick. I cut something sticky with my scissors, and I need to take some undo and fix it because it's getting annoying. All right. So how's everyone doing? I mean, come on, talk to me, people. We finally are out of a heat wave, so that's really nice. It is not humid anymore. It is still hot. I mean, I'm not lying. It's like 87 degrees, but it didn't hit 90 today. So, yay. Okay, so there we have that. And now we have our papers. And I'm going to check to see if the mixed media page is dry. Ooh, this is cute. All right. All right, so let's see if the mixed media piece is dry. Almost. Almost. Let me just... Yeah, all right. A few more minutes, so let me just... I want to go ahead and put my title on. Yeah, freehanding banner, it can get a little dicey. I've done it where I slice here, then I slice here, then I slice... I will say for the smaller banners, I did go ahead and invest in Stampin' Up's Triple Banner Punch, which has, I think, 1.5 inches, an inch, and half an inch. Either that or 2 inches, 1.5 inches, and 1 inch. I don't remember what the 3 measurements. Alarm going off for me to take my medication, but I already took it before we started, so no worries on that matter. So I think I have so many photos that I don't think I'm going to be able to use any of these cut aparts with my longer title, which is fine. I plan on doing more, if I'm going to do any layouts about the past couple months, a lot of it's just going to be, I stayed home. So what I'm going to do is, I think, because I need to get that R. So I'm just going to go over what I used for these alphas, just in case anyone is interested. The new and the R are the Simple Stories color vibes in green and coral. And then the Coworkers and Weird are the Garden Grove thickers. And then the My and So are the Amy Tangerine. I don't remember what they're called, but they're the ones where half of them are holographic and half of them are light blue glitter. So those are what my alphas are. I'm just going to go ahead. This is parchment paper instead of wax paper. I could not for the life of me find my wax paper, which means my nephew used it for something and then did not put them away correctly. He probably put them away, but he doesn't necessarily put things away correctly, which is fine. He's 19. That's bound to happen. The fact that he put them away is magical enough anyways. So I think I like that up there. And then I think I like it like that. But what I'm going to do before I do that is I want to grab this banner. I challenge you to a dance-off. That's funny. We're going to put that up there. And then layer this over. I made these O's out of Q's and they don't like that. They were not a fan of being made into O's. So the only thing I don't like about these Amy Tangerine ones is they made the Y look like a small y, but everything in that is all capitals. And so because that's the only one, but then I've got the word so at the bottom and those are both capitals and that would drive me crazy. Oh, thank you, Sherry. That is very sweet of you. Oops, I need to leave a space. Ooh, these stick tight. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're gonna stick that right over that because it kind of made a little mess there. So I should share what these photos are about. Obviously, they are my animals, and as I said, adjusting to us working from home has been interesting. You'll see here, let me get my T-square ruler out for this one. Okay, so these Color Vibe ones, they stick. Woo boy, do they stick. I will explain all the photos once I get this part down. But basically, my animals have very much taken to me working from home. And they had taken with my housemate being home to the point that when she did go back to work, they were very confused for a few days. And had taken to kind of laying in the hallway waiting for her to come home, which is not something they ever did before. So that was just the first couple of days. After a couple of days, they were like, okay, we're going back to where she leaves. Yeah, they really did. And I know, especially with Photoplay, originally they had considered doing, so they have a secondary line called Color Play, and that's one they print themselves, but that one is shiny versus the Photoplay, which is a matte look. And I personally don't care for the shiny paper. There are a couple other lines that have shiny paper, and it's just not something I care for. But the, especially I think Photoplay, they just really knocked it out of the park with getting this product out. And I like how, especially with this line, their B-sides are fabulous. Their B-sides, you know, don't have anything to do with the animals or the pajama parties or the game nights or anything like that. So they're completely usable. You know, if you do all your quarantine layouts, you know, you can absolutely use a grid or a stripe or smiley rainbows or a plaid or, where's the other one? A star paper for any other type of layout besides just, you know, staying home. Oh, so he went back to, yeah. It's amazing how quickly they become adjusted to, everyone's home, yay! And then, where are you all going? It's so funny, because the dogs are super happy. Xanthi's kind of like, you people need to leave. I need my alone time. I mean, she's good. She's a sweet, sweet cat. And for a cat, she is actually quite sweet. She doesn't understand how some of her behaviors are actually obnoxious. She's trying to be nice, but there's being nice in a cat style, which means she wants to lay next to you or lay upon you. And it's like, it's 90 some odd degrees and I love you, but dear Lord, cat, you are hot. So, you know, there is that conundrum. All right, so we have gotten to this point. All that we have left is embellishing, and obviously I need to do some journaling, but I will not be journaling on camera because if putting an alphabet down on camera is boring, oh my goodness, journaling would be incredibly boring. All right, so let me explain to you what's going to go into my journaling. I'm going to be talking about how the different animals have reacted differently to me being home. And this is, Xanthi insists on being part of any meeting I have via the internet, which I have quite a few meetings. And so she either has to sit in my lap or she sits on my table, like right next to my laptop, to the point where I usually am on mute because a lot of my meetings I just have to listen and take notes because it's just scheduling stuff for what I deal with at work. But I had been talking and I hadn't remuted myself, and someone's like, what's that weird rumbly noise? It was Xanthi purring directly next to my microphone. So I had to quickly mute, and I'm not going to admit, because there's like 50 people on the call, I was not going to admit that was my cat. If it was a smaller meeting, I would have admitted that was my cat. But this was not that type of meeting where it was like my coworkers. It was like people from around the different companies that were talking. Anyway, my dog Sadie has taken to, so I sit here and then I have a table right here, and her bed is supposed to be over here somewhere, but she keeps blocking me in, so like I can't get out without petting her. So that she literally does it every day. And then every day, she's doing it right now. She actually pulled her bed up while I was videoing, and I am completely blocked in now. And then Archie, For the most part, Archie kind of ignores. He's a big sleeper. But this particular day, I was on a meeting and he crawled behind me. So this is my back, and this is the back of where I sit. And then he crawled behind me and I couldn't figure out why. And then I finally realized he wanted to get to my blanket so he could lick my blanket. I don't know why he wanted to lick my blanket, but apparently it was imperative that he lick my blanket. All right, so we have gotten to a point where we can stop here. We will finish this layout, of course. But I want to go back to our mixed media piece, and that turned out super pretty. You know, I mean, obviously it's a little hot messy right now, but I think when this has photos on it, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So what I'm gonna do next is I have this, oh my goodness. I have this stencil. I just got it from scrapbook.com. It's called Vintage Moroccan, and it's super cute. Hey, Tasha. So I'm going to use the Vicky Bouton Creative FX Prism Glaze. So it's that lovely, lovely shade of blue-green. And we're going to go ahead and add this. Oh, it's so yummy. Look at that. I mean, seriously, people. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to cut this in half. I don't want to use my paper scissors to cut plastic. So we'll pull out my left-handed scissors from this Fiskars, and we'll just cut that in half, and then you get twice as much out of it. All right, so we're just gonna dip this in. Now I probably should use pixie spray or something, but I've packed it, so I won't be using it. And we're just gonna kind of drag it through. I'm gonna switch sides so I can get a bigger drag. And what I'm not going to do is go all the way to the edge, because then I get it squared off. And what I'm looking for here is more of a natural look. So we'll pull that off. Oh, that looks great. And then we'll do another one over here. I'll start with actually what's left on my... So if you want it to be like a full-on rectangle, go ahead and go to the edge, and you can tape off the edges with either some purple tape, or you can use painter's tape. Rochelle, I used tumbled glass, chipped sapphire, and broken china distress oxides over a gessoed piece of marshmallow cardstock. So, like I said, if you want to have it be a full rectangle, just go to the edges, just tape them off. But if you want a more organic look, I highly suggest just not going to the edges. And not, you know, you don't have to like have everything be complete. You can have it like this one I'm not going to finish coming off. But there it is. I think I want to do a third one up in the corner. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to... Sorry, I got quiet. Tomorrow is Friday, and next week I have a short week, which is nice. I mean, it's funny, because like I'm working from home, so it's not like I'm going anywhere, except I am going into work tomorrow, just for an hour or so. But other than that, I've just been staying close to home. Okay, I think that'll do me. There we go. Oh, that's really pretty. I'll go ahead and put that back up. So obviously I'm going to let that dry. Yeah, so I put it on my page that that I would be coming on live today, and then Michelle put in the My Little Scrapbook store Facebook group that I would be on live as well. I will be on live next July during Blue Week of July, and I will bring back this background and make a layout with it. So you guys get to see the pre part with the background, and what I'll do next time is I will make another mixed media background and then use this mixed media background for a layout. Thank you, Beth. Okay. You forget I'm a lefty. Yes, I am a lefty. Very much a lefty. I cannot write with my right hand at all. All right, I'm just going to go put this in water. I will be gone exactly 1 minute because I put water out to do it, but I left it in the kitchen because I was afraid the animals would try to knock it over if I brought it in here, or they would try to drink it. So give me guys a minute. Have to step around Sadie because heaven forbid. So the prism, or as I believe Vicky Booten calls it, the unicorn glaze or the mermaid glaze, it has a real good shine to it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I actually have some Rip Van Periwinkle, and this is a Shimmers product. And I'm going to go ahead and use it as a spatter thingy right now. Eeks. There we go. One more. Or I did not get that low enough. I may add more when I go ahead to do the actual layout, but for right now, I think that will do for my mixed media for tonight. And we'll go ahead and get back to the layout and embellish. Let that dry, and I will show you at the end. Hopefully I will remember to show you what it looks like with the dried spattering and the dried stencil texture paste. Am I making that with a photo in mind? I have a couple of different photos that would work with. I treat mixed media in two different ways. Sometimes I just want to play and I don't have something necessarily in mind. I just want to try some new mixed media, or I want to play with a stencil or some sort of mixed media medium. Like, I got new art crayons. I want to see what my art crayons can do. Or I really feel like doing something with shiny stuff, which is often the case. This particular time, next month, my little scrapbook store is doing a color challenge. We're going to have Red Week, White Week, Blue Week, and then the last week in July, or the last week and a half, because there's 5 weeks, are red, white, and blue. So all the different design team members are doing lives, and they're doing YouTube videos and challenges with red themed item, not themed, but red basic a lot of red stuff, and then a lot of white stuff, and then a lot of blue stuff, and then finally a red, white, and blue. So that's going to be really exciting. Jessica will be on 11 a.m. every Sunday, I think it is. Every Sunday at 11 a.m. And then someone's going to be on every Monday at noon, either on their own YouTube channel or on the My Little Scrapbook Store Facebook page, depending on who the person is. So I will be on, as I said, on my YouTube channel during Blue Week. So I think that's the week of the 12th. Due to my schedule, I can only do one of the weeks as a live. Yes, 11 a.m. And Jessica will be on the Facebook group. I will be on my YouTube channel, but Michelle will let everyone know who will be where when. She's really, really good at letting everyone know what's going on. All right, let's pull out the scrapbook page. All right, so here we are. We have our 3 photos. I am going to pull in a couple different Document Life from Pretty Little Studio. I love these little label journaling spots, and these are the multicolored ones. And I picked these up from Pretty Little Studio. So I'm going to pull 3 different ones because I want to scrapbook individually about each of them. And then here, we'll pull that one in right here. And like I said, though, I'm not going to do the journaling on camera. I will put this page up on my Instagram, and if you don't know what my Instagram is, let me write it down on a plain piece of paper. Oh, here we go. It is at Oliquig, Oliquig Scraps. So that is my Instagram handle. I'll put it in the description box when the live is over. Oh, thanks for joining me. Bye, Rochelle. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue down these. But yeah, Oliquig Scraps is my Instagram name, and that is where you can see the finished layout with the journaling. I don't know if I will finish the journaling tonight, but I will have this up tomorrow if I don't finish it tonight, because I am hungry and I want to eat, and after that I will probably want to go to bed. Xanthi is trying her darndest to join us right now, but there is not enough room on the table I'm currently scrapbooking on to allow for her to do that. All right, time to embellish. I'm gonna pull out these and see what I've got. Now it's funny because normally they do not come, they come pre-punched, but some of these are pre-punched, but some of them are not, and I think that's because, whoops, that one broke. But luckily it did not break the thing, it broke at the base. So some of these are, as I said, punched, some of them are not. I think that has to do with how quick it came out. Everything is going to be just fine. That's a little big though. Oh my goodness, it's a sloth on a bouncing ball. That is so cute. I might have to use that. Well, we're going to audition that right there. I think I'm going to tuck this underneath here. Yep, I like that a lot. And I got my rainbows in. Yay! I'm very happy with that. So does anyone have... Woo! Sorry there. I get a phone call. I didn't mean to. Hopefully I'm still on. Oop, the rainbows are upside down. Upside down rainbows, those are not a good idea. There we go. Okay, let's see what else. Oh my goodness! That little sloth is so cute. Not for this particular page, but it is so cute. I do like the just another day. I think I like that down there. I'm gonna see if I can tuck this over here and not have it be weird. What do we think? I mean, obviously I would fix it so that the coworkers like matched up. I think it's too much. I like it, but I think it's too much. It's unfortunate because it's cute. Yeah, too many words. Too many words. Let's look at the stickers. Cool thing is we are actually almost done here. So, yay! There are a lot of words, but I like the little ladybug. We'll put her right there. And I think I'm going to add some... Yeah, I do like this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. And that's what I do. If I'm not sure about something, I'll put it down and then I'll wait a few minutes and then I'll just kind of quickly look at it. Does anyone remember the movie called, I think it's called LA Story? It has like Steve Martin and Sarah Jessica Parker. And at the beginning of the movie, Steve Martin is dating Marilu Henner's character. And she's talking about how right before she leaves, she quickly looks in the mirror, and if something sticks out, she removes it because she knows it's going to be too much. And like it's a movie I saw back, I don't know, in the mid-90s. And for some reason, that particular line has always stuck with me. Do I know why? No, I do not. Add some heart stickers. I think I want another animal. I think I want this koala. And I think it's gonna go right here. I also think I'm going to add some enamel dots, but I'm going to do that after. So like I said, come see my Instagram afterwards, and I will have added some enamel dots. But what I am going to add is these little epoxy flare. So these are, rather than the flare that are pins with no backs, these are epoxy domes with paper underneath. And I got these from an Etsy shop called, hang on, I need to take my glasses off because now I can't see with my glasses on. Scrappin' Happy Studio, and that's Scrappin' without the G at the end. And this is an Etsy shop, and she was having a sale, so I, So this particular set is a quarantine set, and I think I'm going to go with this one, which says, what day is it? I like how it kind of mimics the just another day. And I think that's going to go right there. The thing to note, if you pick these up, you do need to use dry adhesive. All right, bye, Beth. All right, yeah, I think everyone's getting ready to go because it is dinner time. I know I want to eat some dinner. So once I add this, I'm actually going to be done. All right, so minus enamel dots and journaling, I think this is my layout. Just gonna take one more look at the stickers. And you know what? I'm gonna add another heart up here. Just to let you know, even though they're weird, I love them. All right. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, if you're interested in the We Can Stay Home line, it is at my little scrapbook store. And she has, I believe, I don't think it's a Scrappy Happy Bag, but it may be. But what you have is the collection pack and then the ephemera. So if anyone has any interest, make sure to contact Michelle about that. Don't forget, next month, or not next month, on the 28th, we'll start the July color challenges, and Jessica will kick that off over on the Facebook page. If you guys have any questions, you can leave a comment. If I don't see it while I'm on here, I will get back to you, I promise. And don't forget to check out my Instagram, just in case you want to see the journaling and the enamel dots, because, you know, obviously those are the important parts. All right, everyone, thank you guys so much for joining me here. Have a wonderful evening or day wherever you happen to be, and bye, everyone.